It's Sleep Awareness Week. Clocks springing forward over the weekend. Don't forget to change them. We're all going to lose an hour of sleep. Health specialist Leah Sarich checking in this morning with how most of us are not respecting our sleep and how technology is kind of ruining things for us.
It sure is. That's the ticket for sure. Well, let's start with this 1 hour time loss. You think, okay, not really that big of a deal. But I spoke with Dr. Charles Samuels about this, and he says losing that hour actually makes us feel like we're over the legal limit of alcohol.
What?
People might say an hour isn't much, but the fact is they've gone into the weekend where we do the time change already sleep deprived. And then they lose an additional hour, which puts them at risk for sure Monday morning. That's been the biggest issue from a research perspective, is looking at the drive to work Monday morning and the frequency of accidents. And it does rise in that first day after the time change.
So it's all about the fact that we're already sleep deprived, and then we're going to lose another hour.
And then you take another 60 minutes away.
Exactly. So what that's going to do is going to leave us cognitively impaired. So what does that mean? We're not able to concentrate. It is, absolutely. We're not able to concentrate. And this isn't because we're distracted. It's because we're simply unable to do so because of the lack of sleep. We're memory's impaired, we're foggy-headed, we're irritable, of course, right?
Grumpy,
yes. Our health is also impacted as well when we're not getting enough sleep. So it increases our risk for obesity. So that's one thing. When you're tired, you reach for high-calorie foods.
Sure.
Yes. It also has a negative impact on our cardiovascular health.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is a huge deal. And you know, Dr. Samuels works with elite athletes and the police force, and basically the research shows that if you had to choose between training and sleep, sleep is more important.
Sleep wins.
Sleep wins.
Than an extra workout.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that just shows you how important sleep is.
Okay, so, all right, so it's important. We've established that.
Yeah.
When you factor in smartphones, iPads, even old-fashioned television sets, like in the bedroom, it's not a good mix.
It's not a good mix. In fact, Dr. Samuel says technology is the single biggest problem that they're dealing with right now in the sleep community. Mostly because of the mobile devices and the light that they emit, which he says is very different than the light that's emitted from the television, which is at a distance. He says it's our relationship with our mobile devices and the fact that they're so close to us and the fact that we're interacting with them. So he says basically we're also on our devices in our beds right until we go to sleep, and that this is a serious problem.
And this is impairing their ability to regulate melatonin and the whole sleep system around controlling the timing of their sleep. The other is that, and what I believe is way more important, is the interaction with the device. So it could be the cell phone, you know, the tablet or the computer. When they're interacting so much with the device, doing social media, playing games and whatnot, that stimulates the brain to the point where it impairs their ability to initiate sleep, but also to maintain sleep.
Wow. So you can't get to sleep, and then you can't stay asleep. Exactly. And of course, when you're sleep deprived, that trickles into your daytime functioning in a negative way. So his advice for parents: take the technology away from the kids, lock it up after 8 o'clock.
And parents have to lead by example.
And that's what he said, and parents need to do it too. They have to lead by example. And he says physically lock them up, because as we know that kids will sneak out and get their phones in the middle of the night if they can't sleep.
Of course.
And so he's saying lock them up after 8 o'clock.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
In a safe. Okay. What about when you factor in, you know, new moms who are up every 2 hours feeding, that type of thing, or people who work shift work like us?
That's right, yes.
What should we do?
So basically, he says the bottom line is get the sleep that you need. I don't care how you get it.
Okay.
That's what he says. So they encourage things like napping. He said the simple thing to do is how much do you need a day? So if you're a 7-hour person, a 9-hour person, just figure out that number, times it by 7, and then you know the number you want to hit, and he says just do whatever you can
to hit that
number. So if it's napping, sleeping in on the weekend, whatever the case may be, nap with the baby, whatever's required, and don't ignore it. Don't just go get a coffee, don't just go do a workout. He said respect your sleep, get it in.
Respect your sleep, there you go. All this is going to be on your blog.
On my blog, you bet.
All right, good stuff. breakfasttelevision.ca, that's where you can find the information.